Welcome back to the Top None Podcast. Thanks for joining us here. We got a great episode this week. We break down the NFL preseason week 1, get into all the games, hit our notes with that, kind of give you some of our opinions and breakdowns. We're going to break down the Browns. We're going to break down the quarterback room now and what the depth chart might look like going forward. The Guardians, still on a little streak, best team in baseball since the All-Star break, and a little bit of Buckeyes, and we have some fun with some other topics. We hope you enjoy. Thanks again for tuning in. Here we go. All right, gentlemen. New week, new episode. Let's get into it. Let's start off. Let's do something fun. I was kind of watching the preseason NFL games this week, and there's a lot of same faces in different places. And you're like, oh, I didn't realize that guy played for that team anymore. So I'm gonna give you guys a little quiz, pop quiz. Make sure you're not cheating. Okay.
All right.
So if you're pulling up the Google Doc right now or have that tab open, send it over. And if you already cheated, I'll be able to tell Giovanni. So, all right. I'm gonna roll call these guys. They're in a new play. You tell me who they play for now. See how well you paid attention to the offseason. I have a feeling Giovanni's gonna win this one. Aaron Rodgers.
From Jets to Steelers.
Yeah.
Yep. Russell Wilson.
From
Giants.
Giants.
Justin Fields.
Jets.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold.
Seahawks.
Oh, I knew that.
Here's where it gets hard. Devontae Adams.
Rams.
Stephon Diggs.
Patriots.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Ravens.
All right, Cooper. Give him a chance, and then you can fill it in.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp.
Oh, he got that's crazy because I know that. Did he also go to Seattle?
Good job, Seattle. Yep.
Yeah.
Easy one. DK Metcalf.
Steelers.
Yep.
Teaming up with Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joey Bosa.
Bills.
That's a big pickup.
Yeah.
I'm feeling Nick Chubb is a pretty easy one. Geno Smith.
Raiders.
There you go.
I saw because of that. You see that image of him with the Seahawks fan?
Yep, we will talk about that.
I saw that.
Daniel Jones.
Colts.
Danny Dimes. All right. Kenny Pickett.
Browns.
Yeah, Joe Flacco, Browns. Najee Harris.
Chargers.
Yeah. That's an interesting story too, right there.
Yeah.
He still can't see out of his left eye.
Yeah, because of that fireworks incident.
Learn your lesson.
Mm-mm.
Learn your lesson, boys. J.K. Dobbins.
Broncos.
That's a big pickup too. Javonte Williams, who's a running back for the Broncos last year.
Cowboys.
Good job, Giovanni. Yeah, Cowboys. Man, he's on it. He's studied.
I'm getting smoked right now.
Deebo Samuel.
Commandos.
That was a toss-up. That was an easy one. Tyler Lockett.
Titans.
Deontay Johnson.
Browns.
Von Miller.
Commandos.
Von Miller's still in the league.
Von Miller's still in he's still collecting paychecks. Yep.
Oh,
In fact,
gosh.
He had an interesting tweet that was somebody was like trolling him saying that Travion Henderson rode him to the ground, and he's like, here's the video that you're talking about. I'm standing over here, Travion's over here. Like, anyway, it was kind of funny. He's a funny guy, an interesting character, let's put it that way. All right, Jair Alexander.
Ravens.
Yeah, their defense is going to be good. All right. I would say Giovanni probably won that one.
Yeah, I would also agree with that.
I think he studied a little bit there. Yeah,
Definitely.
that's all right. I expected him to know that. Doing all the Ohio Sportcast updates. So, yeah, I expected you to know that. All right, gentlemen, let's get into the NFL. Around the NFL, listen, football is back. That was exciting. I mean, for like the last 2 days, I just kind of had it on in the background, and you're watching football and watching highlights and watching things that happen and seeing guys that you didn't know were on that team. And you're like, oh, that might make them good this year instead of as bad as they were. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the league. I'm just going to mention the scores. Feel free to chime in, say what you want, and we'll get through that, and then we'll do some Browns talk. Sound good? So we'll save the Browns for the end, even though they were the Saturday game.
Okay.
All right, Ravens 24, Colts 16. I have that AR-15. Anthony Richardson broke his trigger finger.
Yep.
The dude can't stay healthy.
Nope, he can't.
Which opens the door for Danny Dimes, and he did not look too bad. I think comeback player of the year.
No.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
I mean, he's not. No, he wasn't good with the Giants either. So he did take him to the playoffs one year, but I mean, they did have Saquon Barkley. So Eagles 34, Bengals 27. They did something in this game that I really liked. Burrow started the game, and so did Jamar Chase, because the Bengals suck at the beginning of the season. Like, they always start every season 0-2 or 0-3. And so, like, get those guys in, get them loose, get them ready, get that connection going. So I was happy with that. And then Tanner McKee for the Eagles, he might be a legit starter somewhere. I mean, he's not going to play over Jalen Hurts, but he looked pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when he first played, like, at the end of last season, and he came in and he threw like 2 touchdowns. I thought he looked good.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously that wasn't enough, but he's showing out now.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's trying to get himself a job. Seahawks Raiders both scored 23 for a tie. And like you kind of alluded to, Cooper, Geno Smith was not warmly welcomed back into 12th man. Yeah, and he let them know. Him and Max Crosby gave them the old one finger salute. And yeah. But I thought he did a pretty good job in Seattle. I didn't think they'd, I guess.
Yeah, I like Geno Smith.
Well, I mean, maybe they're upset that he passed on them in free agency and signed with the Raiders, but I thought he did pretty good. I mean, he did the most that he could with that team. I did not think they were that great of an offense. So, but I think that I like Geno Smith. I think he's a pretty good guy. But all right, Lions 17, Falcons 10. Lions kind of clear some of their hiccups on special teams and on defense. But kind of overshadowing is the injury.
Maurice Norris. Yeah. That's it's pretty wild, man.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen a game like end early because of a player being injured.
DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah.
They ended that game early?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, trust me, fantasy football killed me with that game because I had Josh Allen and I just needed him to get 30 more yards passing.
I I'm not gonna lie, I did not actually watch the DeMar Hamlin game when it
The
happened.
DeMar
so-
Hamlin one, I mean, he just collapsed, and both teams were so shook. I mean, they had to do CPR on the field.
Yeah.
So they just said it's done, and they talked about making it up, like picking up where they left off, and the league decided neither team, it was going to affect their chances at the playoffs. Both teams weren't going to, they weren't going to improve their seeding or lose out. So they just ended the game.
Yeah.
So,
But-
but yeah, Maurice Norris, I mean, it's almost the exact same injury that happened. I was talking to Giovanni about this, to Ryan Shazier. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ryan
I mean, he just went
Shazier.
head in on a tackle, head first, and it jammed one of his vertebrae, and it snapped. And I mean, he couldn't walk at all for, I want to say, a year after that, and then finally started walking again.
Yeah, I mean, well, luckily Maurice Norris he's already back in the training facility.
Good.
Like he's all right.
Good.
So
Last I checked,
good to hear.
this morning, and it was that he was just stable, and so that doesn't mean a whole lot. That just means he's alive and not, hooked up to all kinds of stuff. And so
Right.
that was scary. I mean, football, you have grown men who are at their max capacity as far as muscle and speed, and just running head on into each other. And that's the scary part of football. And I mean, you'll have that. And then that's kind of the risk a lot of them take. And, the Guardian cap now is an attempt to get rid of that. But I mean, there's all kinds of freak injuries when you have 230-pound men running full speed at each other. So,
And Jeremiah Wusu-Koroma wore the Guardian cap when we played the Browns versus Ravens last season, and it still did that to his head.
Yeah, it protects against concussions, but not necessarily the neck, right? So,
Yeah.
okay, Patriots 48, 18. Who did they play? I didn't write that. Yes. So this was the Tom Brady tribute game. I guess I should have guessed they were going to win that on Tom Brady statue night. But Travion Henderson looked like a stud, returning the opening kickoff 100 yards. So he looks like he'll be pretty good. I mean, he's got NFL speed. We already knew that from watching him in the playoffs last year. But yeah, he's definitely, I think he's going to be good. I mean, it's scary to think that the Patriots could be good if they get it figured out. I mean, you shouldn't be allowed to be good after winning 6 Super Bowls in like a 15-year span. So
yeah, you should not that quick of a turnaround.
Shouldn't be legal.
No way.
No. But we'll see. I mean, they still have a lot to work out. Drake May looked okay. He looked better with his legs, which isn't that impressive because he was playing against, second, third team. His arm, it's going to be his decision making in his arm. So Giants 34, Bills 25. Jackson Dart, the only note I had from this game, because it was just kind of back and forth, had a really nice pass. I mean, it was like a 40-yard just dot to a kind of a diving guy in the end zone. So Jackson Dart might be good. I mean, he might give Russell Wilson a run for his money.
Yeah, or Jameis Winston.
Yeah. Vikings 20, Texans 10. We might have a quarterback controversy in Minnesota. We don't know. JJ McCarthy didn't look bad. He was only in there for a little bit, but do they have Dobbs? Is that the one?
No, I don't even know where he's at now.
Dobbs.
They had him 2 years ago.
Yeah. Let's see. Second string for the Vikings.
Oh yeah, I think Dobbs.
Sam Howell.
Oh,
No.
Sam
Is that who
Howell.
it is nowadays?
Yeah, Sam Howell looked good. his stat line here was 11 for 13, 105 yards. But JJ had a 8-yard run, which I know that was one of the biggest question marks with him, with his knee coming back. So I'll be interested to see. Steelers 31, Jaguars 25. Skylar Thompson looked like a stud, had 3 touchdown passes for the Steelers. Travis Hunter didn't really do a whole lot. He caught 2 balls for a total of 9 yards and missed a tackle on defense. Didn't really do a whole lot. But I think the biggest event from this game was Cam Little just has a howitzer for a leg.
Yeah.
70-yard
That's
field goal.
ridiculous, dude.
I mean, the fact that you can just like get to the 50 and you're in field goal range. I mean, that might he might change the whole game.
Legit.
Like Justin Tucker 2.0, and they should have counted it as the new NFL record, but that record is not going to be broken just yet because that is preseason, not regular season.
Yeah. I mean, I hope he can do it again. I hope he gets another chance to do something like that. But
it looked easy for him. I mean, the
ball boy
he put it through. Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't bounce like when Justin Tucker set what's technically the record, like with 66 yards, it bounced off the front upright and went in.
Yeah.
And he put it in through 70.
Yeah.
And
he beat it by 4 yards. That's crazy.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
I know I was at a game. I was at a Browns Raiders game, and when Sebastian Janikowski hit like a 63-yarder to break the record, the old Jason Elam's old record. And everybody was just like looking at each other like, did he just hit that? Like, I mean, you got to have an absolute, your mechanics have to be perfect.
Oh yeah.
Perfect to keep it on line and no bend, no hook, no draw, no anything. It's just, and then to also carry 70 yards.
And he's not even old.
No,
this is his second year in the league. I think he's gonna be.
He'll get drug tested.
Yeah,
he'll be drug tested tomorrow. You don't do something like that and not get drug tested.
He's gonna be great. I hope.
Yeah,
I hope for him that he's gonna do great things.
Rams 31, Cowboys 21. That game was boring, other than CeeDee Lamb getting trucked on the sideline.
I saw that.
Love to see.
Honest with you.
Love to see a good referee trucking. Let's see here. Bucks Titans. I don't have a score on that. Giovanni, you got that one?
Yep, I got you. I think 20-9. I'm not sure though. 27-9.
27-9. That was the Bucks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
The only thing I have from this game is that Emeka Mbuka is going to be a stud. And then I heard Teddy Bridgewater talking about him, and he's like, "Who is this guy?" Teddy Bridgewater's on the Bucks as a backup, and they just like, this guy was second to Jeremiah Smith. Yeah, so he was high on the Emeka Mbuka. I mean, yeah. There's some great Ohio State players. I think Jack Sawyer had a sack last night. So I think that Ohio State's going to show out this year. Speaking of, Jets 30, Packers 10. Justin Fields is back. He is no longer injured. Played in the game, had a rushing touchdown. Jordan Love looks like a bum. Went 1 for 5. He fleeced the Packers. I mean, he did get him to a playoffs. He put his name out there. He got all that, but these last 2 years, he's done nothing, and they're paying him. So it's preseason. I'm not going to overreact too much, but I don't see him leading the Packers over Minnesota or the Lions. So there's your division. And then when you start talking about your wild cards, I mean, you got to put Minnesota up there because if they're behind the Lions, the Bears may be in the conversation there too. I mean, Green Bay could very well be the bottom of the NFC North.
Yeah, that's not ridiculous to say.
That's not. I mean, not at all. So we'll see. I'm not going to overreact too much. Go ahead.
I have one note on the Packers game, or Packers Jets, and on that Justin Fields rushing touchdown, I can't for the life of me remember who it was, but Justin Fields like rolls out to the right or whatever. Whatever receiver's on that side.
It was the fullback.
It was the fullback. He sold his route,
Mm-hmm.
totally opened it up, made it like it was wide open for Justin Fields. And I saw that and I was like, that's pretty tight right there.
Yeah, it was like a little wheel route, and he cuts out to the side and then goes back up. And he's like looking for the ball. He's doing the over the shoulder thing, and the DB's just over top of him trying to swat it down, and he definitely could have made a tackle at the one, but yeah, I want to say it's the fullback. I saw that video too. It looked like the fullback. I think he was like number 22 or something, so that's definitely kind of like a fullback scat back kind of number. But yeah, that's heads up. That's heads up
for
football.
sure.
Cardinals Chiefs. Mahomes only played for one drive, and he threw a touchdown pass. But I mean, why do you guys think they have Mahomes playing? I mean, he has zero to prove. They always win the division. They always make the playoffs. Like, what was that about?
Not really.
Kelsey didn't play.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just showing him off. Like, we have Patrick Mahomes. None of you have Patrick Mahomes.
Did you see his goatee?
I did not see his goatee.
Not a fan of the Patrick Mahomes goatee.
Yeah.
You'll see it. I'm sure he'll be all over NFL everything. So, yeah. Dolphins 24, Bears 24. Not a lot on that game. Everything ended. We could say, let's see. Scoreboard up here. I can read you some stat lines from that. Tyson Bagent played 13 for 19 with a touchdown and a pick. And then for the Dolphins, Zach Wilson took pretty much everything. He was their leading passer. But, Quinn Ewers was 5 for 18. It's pretty rough. And Tua, it looks like he was in for maybe one or two drives. Yeah, so Caleb Williams didn't play. Tua did play, which he probably needs to. He was hurt a lot last year.
They need to get him back into the swing of things.
Yep.
Because he's just been roughed up these past few seasons.
Yeah. And then the Saints and Chargers game. Trey Lance started again, played quite a bit. I don't think he played quite as much. He only played a half, but it was 7 for 14, so not nearly as good as he did in the Hall of Fame game. And Tyler So took most of the snaps for the Saints, which is going to be the biggest question mark there, is who's gonna be the quarterback there. All right. So we haven't talked about one game so far, and that would be the Browns, the Broncos, and the Carolina Panthers. So we'll do the Broncos first. The Broncos, what was it, 30-8?
9.
What was it?
30-9.
30-9, 21-point spread. Nothing special. Stat lines weren't impressive. A lot of third string guys getting reps. Bo Nix only played, I think, one set of downs. So he didn't look bad, didn't look good. It wasn't enough to really make a judgment on. And then, most of the guys who've battled injuries didn't really play a whole lot. So, I mean, their leading rusher, Broncos' leading rusher, was Jarrett Stidham, which should tell you everything. J.K. Dobbins didn't play, so there you go. Mac Jones was the leading passer for the 49ers. You didn't have that one on your new faces, new same faces, new places bingo card.
I almost forgot Mac Jones went to the 49ers.
Yeah. So Browns and Carolina. Let's spend some time on that one just to kind of break that down. So Browns buzz here. Shedeur Sanders goes 14 for 23 with 138 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 19 rushing yards. Giovanni, what'd you think? What'd you think of Shedeur Sanders' first start as a Cleveland Brown?
I gotta say that he played great because he didn't throw any interceptions. But I gotta say, like, if Shedeur Sanders can try to at least start one more preseason game for the Browns, then I gotta say that his depth chart for week 1 could be from QB4, maybe the QB3 or QB2. But other than that, Shedeur played good. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yep.
I definitely agree with that. I was like, I was looking at the highlights, or I didn't get to see the whole game live, but I mean he looked pretty good. Like there was a lot of big play potential.
Right.
Like he's rolling out and he's making like good throws. Now, this like his tendency to roll out of the pocket, it comes from the offensive line breaking down, which isn't great, but he's showing that he's able to make good throws under pressure. Like he made I forget his name, but he threw that pass right over the shoulder and the guy caught it one-handed, and like that was electric. I saw that and that was amazing.
Right.
So I was definitely a little bit surprised with how Shedeur played. I wasn't expecting him to ball out quite that much, but I was definitely happy with the way he played.
Yeah. I think you're talking about that pass he had to Luke Floria.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one-handed catch, and he pulled it down, kept going. Yeah, that was nice. I mean, it was spot on. He's getting flushed out of the pocket, hit him in stride, and Floria made a great play on it. Yeah, so my instant reaction, as I'm watching it was the first couple of drives, he looked terrible. I mean, he just looked scared. And, your typical Browns overreaction, you're like, here we go again, right? Giovanni, was that the first 2 drives was like, shoot. This
A
isn't
little
cool.
bit, but I knew that.
That first drive, he completely missed somebody. I mean, wide open. I think it was on that 3rd down, or the second drive, it was that 4th down where he just threw it right over his head. I mean, not even close. And, those are the kind of things that, at first you're like, oh, geez, he's not built for this at all. But he settled in, it does show some maturity, that he didn't continue to panic and that he trusted his guys and what the coaches have been telling him. And yeah, I mean, his stat line after those first 2 drives was awesome. I mean, he stepped it up. Both touchdown passes that he had were spot on. The one he fit it into a really tight window, back left corner of the end zone, and then the other one was a nice pass as well. So, I know that we lost Giovanni. Sorry, he'll pop back on. I know that you kind of want to overreact when something goes the way you want it to. And I know I kind of did say that I want to overreact or I'm going to overreact, but as we sit here and talk calmly or you think about it, there's no need to overreact with Shedeur. I think that he had a good game. I think that he had a good game against a bad team's second team players. So it's not time to overreact yet. what I will agree with what Giovanni said. I think that what he did do for himself is he bumped himself up the depth chart, and that if Joe Flacco does get in trouble, or whoever they decide to go with, then Shador Sanders' name is going to get called throughout Brown Stadium. So they're going to want him in regardless. So he definitely has a following. There's a lot of support for him. The NFL's loving it, all the hype around him. I know, like, basically all Saturday night, that's all you saw was Shador Sanders stuff on any kind of sports information. So they're loving it. So it kind of seems like the narrative is like Shador Sanders might be the guy. I'm not going to overreact though, I promise. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, you kind of hit my next point, Giovanni, and that was, what do you think the quarterback room looks like now? So yeah, what I know they'll probably wait another game before making any kind of crazy decisions. They've got a lot of injuries still. Deshaun Watson was on the sideline. He looked like somebody kicked his dog. I probably would as well if I had to watch Shador Sanders tear it up, knowing that, hey, this is the guy that's probably going to replace me. If he is a true competitor, I'm going to come out and say that. Like, there was a lot of question around how hurt is he before he tore his Achilles, or how dedicated is he to getting better, or is he just in it for that giant contract that the Browns gave him. And then let's see, Kenny Pickett, hammy problems. They didn't play him. He's still kind of nursing that. Dylan Gabriel had been taking the most reps and snaps in practice, and that probably led to a flare up in his hammy. So he didn't play either. So really the only two guys that played were, well, Shador Sanders and Huntley, right? Yeah. And so those are two guys that they're built a lot like how Deshaun Watson plays his game. Joe Flacco is hike the ball, hand it off, or hike the ball and stay in the pocket as long as you can and chuck it as far as you can, because he's got a pretty big arm. But yeah, I think that does change the quarterback room. What do you guys think?
I guess that maybe after Shador Sanders' performance from Friday, I gotta say that if Shador Sanders plays like one more preseason game, and if he plays good that game, then the Browns are probably gonna have to move him up on the depth chart if he plays good next preseason game. But other than that, I think that the Browns should focus on Tyler Huntley, which we signed him a week ago, something, and maybe even Kenny Pickett if he is going to be healthy enough for the last preseason game, or maybe even Dylan Gabriel. But I got to say that either Shador Sanders or maybe even Kenny Pickett or maybe even Gabriel could be the one quarterback to be cut from the Browns before week 1.
Cooper, what do you think? Do you even let Gabriel get any snaps? Like, I feel like right now, knowing that Shador Sanders is capable, he's capable. Whether he does it or not is a different story. That's why I'm not overreacting. But if you let Dylan Gabriel take snaps and he just looks like an absolute turd out there, nobody's going to want to trade for him. So, like, do you say, like, hey, we have this capable college quarterback, and we got to shrink our quarterback room? What do you think?
Yeah, so in my mind, that's where I was going. Was I think Dylan Gabriel is definitely like on the chopping block right now, because you have Joe Flacco, who is a proven veteran. You have Kenny Pickett, who has already been in the league for however many years, and then now you have Shador Sanders, who has just shown that, maybe 2 rough drives, he's already acclimated to the Browns playbook, and he knows what's going on, and he's already, started to prove himself. I think, in my mind, Dylan Gabriel, like, I don't know if they're going to let him play in the preseason, because I saw some stats of him, like, in camp, and he's throwing like 3 for 11, and it's like, if he goes out and does that on the field, then they're going to be stuck with a rookie that nobody wants. So in my mind, I think they should not hold on to Dylan Gabriel for much longer, and also try to get because they traded for Tyler Huntley recently, get him a little more acclimated to the playbook and get him a little more acclimated to the Cleveland football team.
Yeah, so Pickett's on the last year of his rookie contract. Flacco's on a 1-year deal. Huntley's on a 1-year deal. So like those guys aren't going to cost the organization much money, right? And not long-term money. The only one that's costing them a lot of money is Deshaun Watson. So yeah, I mean, getting rid of anyone that you'd have to pay over a long period of time might clear up some stuff as far as like maybe off-season free agency signings or going out and getting somebody themselves in a trade. So, which, I saw recently ESPN posted that that might be something that they have to do is go get a running back. I know that they had a couple guys, and I know I'm gonna mess this name up, but they went out and got Toa Taua. Did I mess that up? No idea.
I think I know that name.
Anyway, they went out and got him, and it sounds like they're gonna give him some carries. I know Dylan Sampson they took in the draft that he only touched the ball twice the other night. But Quinshon Judkins, he just pleaded to not take a quick and speedy trial. And so if he would have taken a quick trial, they would have had this case done and a sentencing done in 60 days, which means he probably would have been back for the first game, or at least we would have known what the NFL's orders were as far as suspension. But yeah, it could take 175 days now before they get the sentencing, which could be 3/4 of the season looking at, and then suspension on top of that. So I'm interested to see if there's something, in the loophole that his agent's helping him figure out, that if he's in litigation with the courts that he can still play until they, come up with a sentencing. I'm not 100% sure, the most recent cases like that where the Kareem Hunt one, the Ray Rice one, and I know Ray Rice got the death penalty in the NFL. I mean, nobody wanted him after that. He was blackballed. But Kareem Hunt's still playing. I think he's back with the Chiefs right now.
Yes.
But yeah, they might have to clear up some space to go get or trade for. They're not going to be able to go get a premier running back, but maybe a good, backup running back that somebody has. So who do you think's getting traded, Giovanni?
Running back?
No, we can't roll with 6 quarterbacks.
I guess either Gabriel or Pickett, but I'm just going to say that we have to trade Dylan Gabriel or even Kenny Pickett before week 1 starts.
Yeah, those are my 2 right now. I can agree with those 2. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if they give Gabriel even a shot to throw the ball. There's definitely enough film on Pickett out there from the Steelers, but yeah, I'm interested to see what happens here in the next couple weeks going forward with that. So their next game is Saturday again at 1:00. It will be in Philadelphia, so that'll be a little bit better of a defense. We'll see if they go with somebody else to start, like if they give Joe Flacco a couple snaps and then go to Sanders. But again, that'll be interesting because this is kind of the dress rehearsal here. The second game is where they usually get a lot more starters in. The third game is them trying to decide who's making the 53-man roster. So they'll put the guys that they want to see in, and then go from there. see who they want to keep on the roster. So, all right. Anything else NFL Browns related before we move on? Jill?
I don't think so. Maybe the James Cook holdout.
James Cook. Yeah, you want to say something about that?
Yeah, I gotta say that Sean McDermott, head coach for the Buffalo Bills, he wanted James Cook to play in the preseason game yesterday, but James Cook refused to play in the preseason game because of his contract issues. So I'm really curious to see how long that is gonna be for that holdout, just like Micah Parsons and Terry McLaurin for the contract extensions. I'm really curious to see how long James Cook will be out for the Bills.
Yeah, it's a big deal for Buffalo. I mean, when you look at that team, I mean, that team's built for the playoffs, and that puts a lot more pressure on Josh Allen. If you don't have a running back who can handle the ball, who can take 20 snaps a game or 20 carries a game. So, yeah. Yeah, that's another one to add to our list of holdouts. So,
Yeah.
Cooper?
I have nothing else
Good?
to add.
All right. Well, let's move on to Guardians. Let's talk a little bit about the Guardians. Right now, as we speak, they sit at 61-56. They have the best record in baseball since I believe the stat was July 7th, All-Star break, right? And they are second in the AL Central, 6 games behind Detroit and a half a game behind the Yankees in the wild cards race. The Yankees are spiraling. They do have a tough series against Houston that they're finishing up, and Houston's a pretty hot team right now. So them losing those games are kind of more or less like a preview of the playoffs. But yeah, the Guardians, I know they lost today, but they look pretty good. Giovanni, what are your thoughts on the Guardians recently? I know I've got a couple here.
I gotta say that the Cleveland Guardians are playing great baseball recently, and I'm glad because that 10-game losing streak back in June or July was really, really not good. But then the Guardians have been playing great baseball from the All-Star break all the way to right now. I gotta say that the Cleveland Guardians are playing good baseball right now, and I think we can still make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to follow them a lot more closely since they've started to make those like trade deadline moves. You can tell that they made the decision that this is the team that they want to move forward with, in a sense of if they would have traded everybody away, they would have said our playoff chances are done. But they did move up CJ Kafis. It looks like Bazana is hitting really well with Akron. So I think we could see him here in a couple weeks, maybe a month or so. But yeah, CJ Kafis has been hitting great. I mean, he's got a home run. He's got like 4 RBIs. He's batting 304 right now for the team. This is Guardians baseball. I mean, this is what they do is they have guys in the farm system that they can just bring up and fit in, and they just do it. Then they play 2 or 3 years and get traded away, or we can't afford to sign them because the Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, Red Sox, Padres, whoever can. But you hope you catch fire, kind of like they're doing right now, and give themselves a chance to make it. So it does. I mean, they're giving them a 22% chance to make the playoffs. It does look like they have a shot. Um, they need probably Seattle. I'm going to say Yankees are going to make it. I think that the Yankees have the team, the pedigree to make it. But I would say Seattle is probably the wild card team that they could catch the easiest, and they're about, I think it's 1.5 games back right now. But yeah, I could see them definitely making the wild card. They may very well catch Detroit. The only problem with that is Detroit has the easiest schedule throughout the rest of the year. So that does make it kind of tough. They do play us 2 more times before the end of the year, but Yeah, we'll see. I don't see the Guardians catching the Red Sox. So the AL East could have 3 teams in, and that could be very interesting. I would love to see a Boston Yankees wild card game, elimination game. That would be awesome. So, all right. They've got an interesting upcoming schedule as well. I think they have this upcoming week.
Marlins, Braves.
Yeah. Which should actually help them. The Marlins and the Braves are both sub 500 teams. So, if we could, in that 6 games, if we could take 4 or 5, I think that could definitely help us. The only problem is that Detroit is also playing 2 sub 500 teams, starting off with the White Sox that we just kind of took 2 out of 3 from. So we'll see. We'll see if they continue to make this run. That's a fun thing about baseball is it's a long season. They're only about 120 games in. They still have 40 to go. So you have the rest of August and all of September before playoffs start. So yeah. All right. So that's our guards watch. Buckeyes. You guys kind of said that, and it is kind of slow for the Buckeyes right now. A lot of the stuff that you hear right now are just kind of rumors. And once a week, they have a press conference that, the coaches and the players come out and talk. And so that's kind of what I was looking at here. Ryan Day said that he wants to know who his quarterback is before going into next week. So more than likely, going into not this week, that this upcoming week, the next week. And so more than likely at the presser tomorrow, Monday, he will announce who the starting quarterback is, whether it's Julian Sayin or Keinholz. I would say that's probably Sayin. I don't know how closely you guys have followed along with that, but Sayin is he's good. He's proven himself, and I think that they kind of built up this narrative. I think Keinholz is good as well. But I do think they tried to build up this narrative to show that there is a competition happening in Buckeyes training camp. But I think Sayin will pull away. I'll be very surprised if Sayin doesn't win it. I'll put it that way. But then Cooper, the other part from their press conference on Monday was that C.J. Donaldson and James Peoples, James Peoples kind of did. I didn't hear C.J. Donaldson proclaim this, but he claimed that they are the Knuckles and Sonic of college football. So how do you feel about him trying to steal the David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs moniker?
Yeah, maybe college football, but we all know who this Sonic and Knuckles of the NFL are. So I think we can let them have their fun, but we'll have to see how that goes for them.
Yeah. No, I don't doubt that they're both very good. But I struggle. I'm a big believer in humility, and you let your game and the scoreboard do the talking for you. And that's I would have rather him said that after they beat Texas and he racks up 100 rushing yards, and so does C.J. Donaldson. But
when you give yourself a nickname, it's not as cool as when
it's not nearly as cool.
You earn the nickname.
Right. Well, and that's so, if we go back to Shedeur Sanders, last week, Giovanni, I asked you if you thought that Shedeur getting drafted in the 5th round humbled him at all. Did you guys catch how he walked into the stadium?
Yeah, I did.
I did not see this.
I don't think he was humbled at all. The dude came in with his own hype team. He had a guy carrying, I don't know, it looked like a didgeridoo. Do you guys even know? Cooper might know that.
Yeah, I know what a didgeridoo is.
The Aboriginal, that hollowed out stick that they're blowing into. It was just goofy. I mean, he looked goofy, and he was carrying. The guy was rolling a speaker behind him and blaring music, and it would just look like prime time. You know,
Yeah.
They're trying to be like
Shedeur primetime Sanders.
trying to be like what's his name from McNeese State during March Madness with the speaker.
Amir, I think his name was Khan.
Amir Khan, yeah.
Yeah.
The king of Aura.
Or a farmer. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would have loved, wearing that big chain that he wore on draft night, the legendary, had to been like $15,000 for that chain. I don't know. It's just massive. I think he was wearing it on the field too, but I know that if I was a defensive player and I was looking to get into somebody's head, that'd be the first thing I'd be grabbing at the bottom of a dog pile is $15,000 chain, ripping that off.
That reminds me of when OBJ played for the Browns and he wore that for like the first half of the game. He wore that like $2 million watch on his wrist, and the NFL was like, "You need to take that thing off."
Yeah,
a little excessive, a little prima donna.
Right.
But we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I was hoping that he had been humbled a little bit by falling so far, but then when the Browns gave him the nod, I was like, looks like he went right back to, I don't know, what does he call himself? Didn't he give himself a nickname too? Legendary. Well, that's what the necklace says, is legendary. Anyway, we'll see. That's why I'm not getting on the hype train yet. I do like that Myles Garrett came out and defended him and said he is working his butt off in practice. Your work ethic is not your character, right? That it is part of your character, but it doesn't define you. And so like this whole like whatever he does where he hypes himself up, that as long as he can keep that off the field, it's different, but he just hasn't truly proven himself yet. So that's where I had my big hang up. But anyway, that was my little rant on Shedeur Sanders. Okay. So here we go. Our last couple segments here before we close out and wrap this up. This segment's called Cleared for Takeoff or Grounded. And so kind of the concept here is like buying or selling. Like I'm buying in on this or I'm selling it. I don't believe in it. I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. So we as the Top Gun podcast will kind of keep it toward aviation, and we'll call it Cleared for Takeoff or Grounded. So I'll give you my Cleared for Takeoff, and hopefully I don't cancel some of yours out, but we'll see if they do. My Cleared for Takeoff is Cam Little. He won my Cleared for Takeoff award. Holy cow, his foot is cleared for takeoff. Anytime a human being can do something that no other human being has ever done physically, that's just, think about how long human beings have been around kicking things, and he just kicked something 70 yards. It's insane.
In a game. That's the big thing, is in a game.
With giant human beings running at you.
Massive people.
So
yeah, that was one of my
Cam Little's leg cleared for takeoff.
I agree with that.
All right, you guys got some cleared for takeoffs?
Yeah, I have one, and it's like you kind of touched on that it's not really a player, but a thing, and it's related to Cam Little. It's kickers wearing like different numbers, because Cam Little wears number 39. Not
a kicker number.
And it's not normally a kicker number, but there's another kicker who wears number 39. The Lions kicker, Jake Bates. And I totally agree with kickers wearing like awesome numbers, like 39 or
99.
Like going up into going up in the 80s or
get him
whatever.
A defensive lineman number.
What did what's his name with the goggles who played for the Colts? He wore like number 80. Yeah, Rodrigo Blankenship wore number 89 or something. Like that's totally awesome. I'm like kickers wearing awesome numbers. That's ready for takeoff right there. Or Teddy Bridgewater last year for the Lions, for a little bit he wore number 55. That's cleared for takeoff.
It's like what's the biggest number combination take up the whole jersey? Would it be like 88?
It would be 88, or I think 55 is always pretty big.
Yeah, it's the same size. Yeah, 0, 00. Can you do
Yeah.
that? Can you do 00?
I don't know if you can do it in the NFL. I know you can in the NBA, but like cool jersey numbers, I'm all for that.
Yeah, we'll have to do a Mount Rushmore of jersey numbers. That'd be a good one. That'd be a really good one.
Like I'm gonna keep going on here. Have you seen the there's a thing going on where people are talking about jersey numbers and name combinations where like I forget his name, Fears, who just got drafted to the Pelicans. His name's like I think it's something Fears. He wears 0 Fears. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think Lonzo Ball said he's gonna wear number 8, and he's gonna be 8 ball for the Cavs. Awesome. Like,
Gotcha.
I'm in full support of jersey number like combinations with names or whatever it may be.
I can get behind that.
So that's my cleared for takeoff.
All right, Giovanni, you got it cleared for takeoff.
Okay. I didn't even plan on this, so it's kind of gonna be difficult. But I gotta say that Shedeur Sanders will be my pick for takeoff.
Understandable. He definitely he moved himself up the ladder. So I would agree that after last week he is currently cleared for takeoff. We'll see if he gets grounded or not here against the Eagles. All right, grounded. Somebody else want to start so that I probably stole Giovanni's. I feel like he wanted some Cam Little leg. Go ahead, Giovanni. Why don't you start?
Okay. For grounded, I'm gonna say Zach Wilson.
Had a rough outing.
Yeah.
He's with Miami now, right? Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah. Yep. I think his career is over. Yep. He's grounded. Okay. Cooper.
For it's not really like grounded because we're just gonna have to see, but more like a flight delayed for me right now is Ashton Genty.
Okay.
Like he did not have a great performance. Maybe they need to give him a little more time. I know we were talking very highly of him last episode.
I believe some people put them as their rookie of the year candidate. I'm not sure who did that. No names or finger pointing.
Who was that?
I think it was you and Giovanni.
I had some faith in him, but I mean, he wasn't really reassuring me in that first game.
Yeah.
But
no.
We'll have to see how he.
What did he have? What was his stat? He have 4 rushing yards. What was it? It was like 3 carries, 4 rushing yards. Yeah, you could count it on one hand. Yeah.
It was not a great game for him. So I would say Ashton Genty, your flight is delayed.
Yeah.
I honestly had Chip Kelly for the Raiders. They're like ruining Ashton Genty's playing ability because he used to like do like this or this in college, but now he has to do like what NFL does with running backs, like this instead of this.
His stance
ruined Ashton Genty's playing.
His like pre-snap stance.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that yet. Chip Kelly might be grounded.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right, my grounded is Aaron Boone because what on earth is going on with the Yankees? How do you have the best, highest paid team every year and suck? Like, I don't get it. I mean, the Guardians have a bunch of kids that are like 22 and they do just fine. So Aaron Boone, you're grounded. He might be fired at the end of this year, to be honest with you. Like, he is on a hot seat.
Yeah. You can't even be shocked. I mean, if he gets the boot, like,
no,
it's bad.
No, it's bad. I mean,
and he just got ejected yet today.
He's always getting ejected.
His 5th ejection.
Yeah. He's a hothead.
Yeah, hothead for me too.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if Aaron Boone is not with the Yankees next year. I'll be surprised if he's still with the Yankees next year.
I mean, and we're talking about a guy who took his team to the World Series last year. But I mean, they're in a drought. It's been a little bit. All right.
Yeah.
I got one more grounded. Smelling salts.
Oh yeah.
Smelling salts have been grounded. But and then ungrounded. Did you see that come out? It's like so the rule was like you're not allowed to do smelling salts unless you buy them.
Yeah,
like
if your team provides them, they're not
yeah, if
allowed.
they're provided by the team, you're not allowed to do them. So it's like, okay, these guys are millionaires. Like they're gonna bring their own smelling salts if they want to do smelling salts. So
Right.
yeah. But I mean some of those guys, who was it? Was it George Kittle?
George Kittle said that he'll consider retirement if smelling salts was banned.
He was joking. But yeah, I mean, George Kittle's kind of like a Pat McAfee kind of character. He said that the one game he did smelling salts before each drive. Like he would just crack one open and sniff it and then run out on the field before each drive. So I was like, that sounds like a problem. But
Yeah, there's something in those smelling salts.
well,
I'm telling you.
that's what what was it last year? Josh Allen had that concussion, I want to say against the Texans. And like smelling salts are so powerful, like to your central nervous system, that it like spiked him out of his concussion symptoms. They put him back in the game. He did have a concussion, like confirmed, but he no longer, was seeing stars and woozy and whatever because the smelling salts like kind of knocked him out of it. So, all right, anything else? Grounded, cleared.
I want to say that I have someone who's cleared for takeoff, and this is it's kind of late, but this is NBA. I have Young Hansen cleared for takeoff, the draft pick by the Trailblazers, because not only did he play well in the summer league, but I've just been seeing so many clips of him like with the team, and he's going out and doing things, and he just seems like he's an awesome kid, and he's like having such a good time like coming to America, and I think that he's cleared for takeoff. I think he's going to be the next big thing in the NBA.
I can add one more. That's cleared for takeoff. Go ahead, Giovanni, though.
I'll go with grounded. So for the grounded part, I'm going to say the New York Mets, because from the All-Star break, they were doing good, but now they're really, really bad.
Sweet. Yeah.
And they even paid Juan Soto almost $1 million. Wait, not one. Is it $1 billion?
Yeah, it's
Soto $1 billion for, like, is it? I know what was the
I'll
contract.
get it. I got it. Keep going.
16 years, and Juan Soto, I don't know if he got like double-digit home runs in him this season, but the team around him, I don't even know if they want to try to make to the playoffs.
Oh, geez.
But that's my opinion on the New York Mets for grounding.
Yeah, you were pretty close. It's a 15-year, $765 million deal.
I know.
That is too much money.
Well, they're still paying Bobby Bonilla like $1.3 million every year.
Yeah.
He's been doing that since the mid-90s.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I want to say I had clear for takeoff. Skinny Luka.
Oh yeah.
Skinny Luka you better watch out for the Lakers this year.
He's gonna be dunking on people again, man.
And he's looking good. Skinny Luka.
Yeah.
He's showing Nico Harrison. He's like, you should have never called me fat when you trained.
He was. Well, then why did he lose all the weight?
I don't know.
I just think that he was like, I know that the Lakers could pay me a ton of money, so I'm gonna look like a stud.
Or maybe it's part of the NBA script, man. Maybe Adam Silver's giving Luka Doncic steroids, and he's like, "Listen, Luka, if you drop like 50 pounds, yeah, he's giving him Ozempic, and he's like, "Listen, Luka, if you drop 50 pounds, we're gonna double your paycheck." Just saying.
Yeah. All right, boys. Before we close, I got one more thing, and you guys can add anything you want to here, and then we'll kind of break down what's going to be on the next episode. Funniest thing I saw. So this week, Vinny Pasquantino. Did you guys see this? Most embarrassing thing. I mean, this is, and you can't help it with how dirty and nasty Major League pitching is. He struck out on a pitch that he swung at. It promptly hit him in the leg, and bruised up his leg. And, he kind of had some fun and jested with himself. But I mean, if you go back and look at the clip, it probably looks about how I would look if I swung at a major league slider.
The funniest thing that I saw this week was a viral rumor about TCU starting quarterback Josh Hoover that everyone was saying allegedly he's a furry. And I thought at first I saw this, I sent it to like two of my friends. I was like, this is awesome. Do you guys first I have to ask, do you guys know Andrew McCutcheon, the Pirates player? And do you know his
He
thing
hates
with
furries because Pittsburgh has like a big furry con.
He doesn't hate him. He just posts the word furries every time he sees them. And so I sent this to one of my friends and I was like, oh my gosh, if Andrew McCutcheon finds out about this, he's gonna be the greatest baseball player ever because he plays better when he's in Pittsburgh. And it's there's an amazing video about it. But I saw this and I was like, this is so cool. There's no way this is real. It wasn't real. It was just a rumor started up by some folks who maybe don't like Josh Hoover or maybe they do like Josh Hoover. I don't know, but I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever, like, it was so funny that allegedly Josh Hoover is a furry, but he's not. So
There's some steep allegations because I don't know if I'd want to be called a furry. Go ahead, Giovanni.
And so for the NFL, for the funniest moment this week, I'm going to go with New York Giants head coach Brian Dable. He went 6-7 reference. He just became a social media for his use of his TikTok meme 6-7 during the press conference when talking about the rookie quarterback Jackson Dart for his mid performance.
I did see that. That was really funny.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. All the social media trends. Well, all right, boys. Great episode. Next week, what we do have coming up soon. We're gonna look at a time to do a fantasy football draft. We got Cooper and a couple other guests are gonna join myself in doing a defense only fantasy football league, something a little bit different. I figured we could have a little bit of fun on here. And so, if we just do an average fantasy football draft, like, everybody does that. Nobody wants to hear about your fantasy football team because everybody's got 1, 2, 3. However, defense only, that might be something worth having a conversation about. We'll recap the Browns. They will have played on Saturday. We'll recap their second preseason game. Hopefully, we see some good things from Shedeur Sanders again. And then we'll just continue following the Guardians and stay up on them. And we should have some news from Buckeye camp about the quarterback situations and kind of give a little preview of the Longhorns matchup that's going to be happening in Columbus here in the next couple weeks. So, gentlemen, you have anything else to say?
Yeah, I guess. I'm gonna say that that quarterback for the scratch that. I'm gonna say that your Broncos might be good this preseason. They might be great if Bo Nix or the other quarterbacks play good, then I could see a potential 3-0 preseason record for you guys.
Well, this is something that I've learned from watching the Broncos that you may not have figured out yet as a Browns fan, Giovanni, but the preseason doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I know. You get excited for those first 3 games that you win because you have a bunch of rookie players who want to show out, and then you come to the regular season and you lose a whole bunch. But yeah, I'm curious to see how our offense comes together as far as the Broncos. Defense, I think, will be solid. Offense, does J.K. Dobbins stay healthy? They need a number 2 wide receiver. You have Marvin Mims, you got Pat Bryant, you got all these other guys, but is Bo Nix good? I mean, he was good enough last year, but sophomore slumps around the corner, so we'll see. But, all right, gentlemen, we're gonna wrap it up here. Remember, it's not about being right; it's just about sounding confident. Talk to you later.
See ya.
See ya.